Today's the day, the sun is shining, the tank is clean. The tank is clean? Please tell me, you know, where that reference is from. Comment down below where that reference is from and we can be best friends forever. But good morning, Mombati, and happy 1st of July. Oh my goodness me, can we officially say we're in summer now? I feel like we can. I feel like July is definitely the first month of summer. Nobody can contest that. And oh my gosh, the beautiful weather that we've got today. Look at this sunshine. It makes me so happy. It really is feeling like a summer's morning. This morning I've got the patio doors open. I love opening up the French doors and just allowing that like summer breeze to come trickling in. It's my favorite place just to sit and be and have the doors open and look out into the garden. And when I say today is the day, it really is the day for the garden reveal, because oh my goodness me, it's looking so different to how you last saw it. Have I actually shown you the garden in June at all? I don't think I have. No, I definitely have, because I've shown you the new veg shrug, which obviously has, up until this point, been lying empty. And I won't lie, I have cheated ever so slightly, because I knew it was just far too late to grow anything from seed. We wouldn't get any harvest at all this year. So I have cheated ever so slightly, and I've gone from seedlings from the garden centre. But I am someone who's never against cheating in the garden. In fact, I don't even know if it's called cheating, because you're still gardening, you're still doing a lot of the effort yourself, and you're still growing your own produce, but obviously you've just not started it from scratch. But I was watching a TikTok the other day, and it was a gardener who was giving advice to like newcomers, and one thing he was saying is that he would actually say, do not start from seed if you're new to gardening, because it can be so daunting starting from seed, especially if you don't really know what you're doing. If you've not really got like the space for like a greenhouse or anything like that, having to like grow it inside the house can actually be really off-putting. And I do find it quite intimidating sometimes coming into like the gardening world, because I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of having fun with it. I'm very much an amateur, very much a novice, and actually you guys are the best when it comes to advice, when it comes to like growing things. You know so much more than I do, so I'm so grateful for you, because I feel like I've learned so much. And also, even in just the last year on my own gardening journey, I've learned so much about what I love growing, what I wanted to have in my own cottage garden, and especially what I was excited to harvest this summer. I cannot wait to start eating from my own kitchen garden and having our own veggies in our meals. It's just my favorite thing in the world. There's nothing more rewarding than eating food that you have grown and nurtured and looked after yourself. So the garden reveal is here. I'm so excited to show you how the garden is looking. So let's head outside. Oh my goodness me. I could not be happier with the progress in the garden and with how it is looking. It literally feels like a completely different garden to when we first moved in. Obviously we still have a long way to go, and a lot of the plants are only just kind of getting settled in. They're going to really have time to kind of root and grow, and they're going to really fill out the spaces. But let me pop a little either photo or a video here of how it first looked when we moved in, because the difference is just night and day. So my newest addition that I picked up at the garden centre the other day at Setley Ridge is my little front border. So I picked up some lavender and some salvia, and then I've also moved this little, in the shade, you can't see that well, this little allium, which I'm not gonna lie, isn't coming in that fruitfully. I'm surprised at kind of how non-lollipoppy it is supposed to be, because I picked these up and they are literally called like lavender lollipop or something like that. So I'm hoping it kind of forms a bit more of a ball. But I planted up some lavender, and I've also planted up some salvia, because I love how lavender and salvia look paired together. Now I've spaced them out, and I don't know if I've done a bit too much spacing. I don't know if I need to add a few more bits in between, because I want it to look so full and just so bushy. I love it when plants start growing into each other, when they just look super full and like fruitful. Is my absolute favorite. And the border over here, oh my word, I cannot get over the flowers that have come up in this border. Now if you remember when we first moved in, this border actually did not exist at all, and I kind of wish I'd been a bit braver, because we basically decided to dig out some of the patio. So the patio was here before, we jet washed it and we regrouted it, and it looks so much better than it used to. I really love this kind of like what's the word, when it's like a bit of an imperfect patio and they're all kind of different sizes and shapes and slightly different colors. It's my favorite thing ever. And this was all just complete patio, but we just didn't really need that much patio space. I would personally much prefer to have a lot more like foliage and a lot more flowers and more of a border. So we decided to dig up a little bit of this border, and I kind of wish we'd done more, because it's quite a narrow border and I just wish it was a bit fuller and a bit more fruitful. But but it was something I just wasn't really sure about. So we decided to basically create this as a bit more of a walk, when I definitely think we could have done it a bit narrower, but never mind. I'm so happy with how it is looking, especially compared to what it used to look like. And I mean, look at these lupins. I have never seen such a full and happy lupin in my entire life. Lupins are some of my favorite flowers because they're just so interesting. I love how they look. So we've got a beautiful white one here and then a gorgeous pink one that's growing, and they're actually really tall. It's one of the things I said that I really wanted with regards to this border was like different heights, and I love it when things grow up in different heights and you get like so much more variation. We did have the tallest foxgloves in the world, which have gone over now, which again is something I'm totally happy with. I want things to come out at different times, at different like seasons, so that we can have a little bit more kind of variety. Got a couple of pigeons in the tree beside me that seem to be having a little bit of a fight, so I'm sorry if you can hear those. But we've got some more alliums down here. I've also got a new foxglove which is growing up next to my really fruitful sweet peas. Now the sweet peas have not bloomed yet, which is actually really late when you think about it. The fact that we're in July now and we don't actually have any sweet peas growing, but I've seen so many people that have said the same, that like last year it was early June that they had flowers, and this year they've not even had any in July. So I know I'm not alone, and I'm hoping they're going to come in soon now that we've had a little bit of warmer weather. So they should come in beautifully. We've got pinks, reds, purples and whites in there all mixed together, so I'm so excited for them to grow in, and I love it when they kind of take over a climber. I just think they look so beautiful. I'm also super excited for this to bloom. This is actually a hydrangea which we inherited with the house, so I don't actually know what colour it is. I'm guessing it's white, but I dug this out because it was actually being completely taken over by the plant that it was beside, so I decided to dig it out and I moved it over here, and it seems to be doing okay. We have some new growth that has come through ever since I replanted this, so I'm hoping she's doing all right. I might give her another feed with some hydrangea feed actually today, but I'm guessing she's going to be white, looking at the flowers that are coming through, which actually, fun fact, hydrangeas are actually universal indicators, and they can tell you what your soil is depending on what colour they come up. So if it's like a green kind of white colour, it just means you've got neutral soil. If the hydrangea goes really reddy and pinky, it's acidic, and if it goes really purpley or bluey, it's actually alkali, which I find so interesting. So I planted her up and I'm hoping she's going to come in really fruitfully. And then I've also just moved this log, which is actually again something we inherited with the house, and I decided to make a bit of a styling feature of it. So I've just added my little watering can. I could put some plants on there. I haven't fully decided, as I said, it's still a work in progress, but I just couldn't be happier with how this little corner of the garden is coming together. I'm also super excited to see that my hydrangeas are almost blooming. Look at those. They are the most beautiful like white fluffy hydrangeas. Then I also bought I keep forgetting the names of these, but these are the ones that are a bit more cone shaped, and as you can see we do have some flowers coming, which again I am so excited for. I just love it when they're just like so fluffy and white, and you just get the most beautiful like candy floss colouring over here. And then of course my kitchen garden. Oh my goodness me, I could not be happier for this view. This just makes me so excited. So we have filled the veg truck. I'm not gonna lie to you, we have gone to town on the salad. I kind of forget how much you get in each little like tray. So as I said, I have cheated a little bit, and I bought the like tray of seedlings from the garden centre. There was like 7 in each one, and in my head there was only about 2 or 3, maybe 3 or 4 in each one. So we have really filled this space, and don't worry, I know with regards to the spacing, like they do look a little bit close together, but that is enough room. I have kind of spaced them out and done pretty much what I did last year, and they were absolutely fine. So I'm so excited to have these grow up. So we have in here, we have some baby gem lettuce, which I'm super excited about. We have some mixed leaf lettuce. We've got some spinach, and then I repeat again, baby gem, mixed leaf, and then another row of mixed leaf. So I'm so excited to see this all coming up. I must admit, spinach is one of my favorite things to grow, and lettuce, I just love how it looks when it kind of like all comes together. It looks so weird when you first plant it. I remember last year when I first planted my lettuce, and I was like, surely that's not going to grow into like a big ball, and lo and behold, it does. So I cannot wait for that to come through. I'm also so obsessed with the cold frame, because we actually had some really heavy rain the night after I planted them, and I was worried that they were going to get completely washed away. So I was able to close the cold frame, keep them really safe overnight, and then open it back up in the morning when the weather got a little bit warmer, because I didn't want them to sweat in the sunshine. So yes, my potting table, as you can see, is looking rather full. I've started adding some herbs to it, which makes me really happy. So I've got my mint all planted up, which is doing really well. Mint is one of my favorite things to grow. I love it. It just grows in abundance, and I'm hoping to be able to literally fill this entire pot, and I love the smell of it. I've literally just rubbed my hand on it ever so slightly, and it smells amazing. We also have basil, which thank goodness we have, because if you watch the last video, you'll know that Alex used up all of the basil in our kitchen, and we love doing like pestos. We love doing like tray bakes with it, and again, basil just smells amazing. So we've got that growing, and then I've also got rosemary, which always is amazing to use in winter when we do things like roasts, and again, tray bakes in the winter, and I love them. And I love being able to have my spare pots underneath so that they can pot up other things. You will have already seen my strawberry, which, oh my gosh, guys, I think it might just about be ready to harvest. Look, oh, I could probably do maybe a little bit longer, a day or so. I'm not entirely sure, but look at that, how exciting. My first homegrown strawberry plant. And then I've also got tomatoes in here, which I'm hoping are going to grow really, really big and strong. I'm not sure if I should have potted them in 2 separate pots. I might actually repot this because I may want to give them a little bit more space because I know they're going to grow quite big. They're not like baby tomatoes, they're proper plum tomato plants. So I'm going to have a see, but it's all about trial and error, isn't it? It's all about seeing what works and just what kind of fits together. But my kitchen garden is just coming along so nicely, and I love the fact that we've got the honeysuckle which grows over it. This has just been smelling absolutely incredible. We only have a few flowers left on it, but honeysuckle is one of my favorite climbers because it smells absolutely amazing, and the waft that you get when I open the kitchen doors in the morning, oh, it's just my absolute favorite thing. Oh, well, this is quite a fun place to prop you up and have a bit of a chat, because I know so many of you guys were so excited about the updates, so excited about the kitchen garden. It was something I was getting so many messages and comments on. And my favorite thing about YouTube is just the fact that we're able to kind of go on this journey together. I mean, last year was the first year I ever really did any kind of gardening, and so as I said, I'm very much still a novice, very much still a newbie, but I just have so many plans for our little country cottage garden that we've got here. It is very much like a small little cottage garden, but it's very much a garden that has, like, I almost want to say rooms. Like, one of the main kind of plans that we've been doing with this garden is zoning it, so that you have different areas for like different kind of purposes. So obviously we've got my kitchen garden, which I wanted to have very close to the kitchen doors. We were really debating whether to put it up on the foundation behind us, whether to have it kind of like more in the actual like beds that we've got. We've got the beautiful borders going along here, and it was like one of those where we were really sitting down trying to think about it. And I do feel like it can be quite daunting when you inherit a new garden, knowing what to do. Like I've already said, I feel like I've made a mistake not extending that border into something a lot bigger and a lot wider, but it's just about trial and error. It's just about like going with kind of what works and seeing how you can kind of make the most of your space. We've been able to do the kitchen garden over here. We've got kind of almost like the seating area over here. This is like the day zone, which I absolutely love. And then I've got obviously the kitchen table, and then we've got the beautiful borders. So it's really exciting just seeing how the garden is coming together. And we have more plans, which is something that I think is probably going to be maybe a year, if not like a 2-year long process. This is another thing that I learned with regards to owning a home, is that nothing is quick. Everything takes a lot of time. And it was Toby's home, actually, who I follow on Instagram. Love Toby. He is such a sweetheart, and I would definitely recommend following him because he is so amazing with regards to all things interiors. And one thing he started talking about recently is intentional interiors, I think is the way he called it, and slow design. That's the main word, the slow design, which is what I got so excited about. And it's all about not just adding in something for adding in sake. Like, it's so much more about being intentional with the pieces that you're adding in, knowing what you want to kind of like fill the space with, and being okay if the space is empty for a little while. Like the space at the top, we're kind of just not really thinking about for now because we have big plans, but we know they're going to take the most amount of time, and it's going to be the most amount of prep and planning and things like that. So for now, I've kind of been focusing on like this area of the garden. It's so nice to have projects that you can look forward to, that you can think about in the future, and like little bits here and there you can go, oh, I would love to add that in here, and like I would love to design that for there. It's just so much fun to be able to kind of plan a garden and design a garden with you, and I cannot wait to go on this journey together and see what it looks like even from like 1 year from now. I feel like what we need to do on the 1st of July 2025 is take a little photo of the garden so that I can see what a year's progress makes, because it's insane how quickly plants kind of come alive, how much they thrive and grow and take up space, and just how quickly your garden can transform. So I'm really excited to go on this journey with you guys together and give you a little bit of a garden reveal with how it is currently looking, because it is just making my heart soar. It makes me so happy to see our country cottage garden dreams coming to life. I also actually have a little bit of a garden gardening unboxing for you. Just a little haul of a couple of pieces that I picked up. I was in Romsey the other day and there's this really beautiful interiors store there, which is actually where the mirror that I've got in the little kitchen and garden came from. And they have so many gorgeous like individual kind of small business interior pieces, and I absolutely love it in here. Apparently there's actually one in Winchester as well, which I don't think I've ever seen. I'll need to find where the one in Winchester is, but I love the one in Romsey. It's like a tiny little store. It's on one of the back streets, but I would definitely recommend going in because they have so many gorgeous homeware bits like lamps. They've got indoor interior bits, outdoor interior bits, and I absolutely love it. And when I saw these, I just had to pick them up. They are some gorgeous little terracotta pots, and I would always say when it comes to adding terracotta pots into your garden, this is almost a mistake I've learned the hard way, because a lot of the pots that I used to buy that I have in my kind of like report, my collection I guess, work from garden centres, and not only are they so much more expensive, but I also find that actually looking at the style of them now, I don't really think they work in my kind of like interior styling. I guess they worked in the old garden, in the old house, because that was much more of just like a kind of, it's like an urban garden, the best way to describe it. I mean, this is so much more country cottage vibes, and obviously we really want to respect the heritage of the house. That's why everything that we do is leaning towards that like farmhouse style with regards to our home. And I feel like outdoors now in the country cottage, I really want those country cottage vibes. So like the green plasticky tubs, I'm just not really feeling as much anymore, so I really want to replace those. But I don't want to be going to places like the garden centre or like Haskins or anything like that. I'd much rather pick up antique pots, vintage pots, ones that have actually been maybe used and loved, because I love it when they look a little bit worn. And I saw these little terracotta pots in the consortium, and oh my gosh, I'm absolutely in love. So I picked up not one, not two, but three little pots. And what I really loved about them is they are all completely individual and completely unique, and I feel like these are going to be perfect sizes for next year when I do my own seedlings, when I kind of want to plant things that are a little bit smaller, because as you can see they are so teeny tiny. And I would definitely recommend going places like the consortium or even like vintage or antique dealers always do great pots like this. I love going to antique places for pots. I actually have loads of pot trays, I don't know if you saw on the little potting table, which I actually got from an antiques place, but I never got pots to go with them. So it's great that I now have pots, because I always thought the trays are like the hardest thing to come by, the hardest thing to get. So I got loads of those trays, and it just means that I can pot up little things like this. And these were literally £2 each, which is such a steal. So I love the fact that they're all completely unique. I think this one may be my favorite. It's like really orangey kind of coloring to it, and also they can be used inside as well if you do want to kind of style them up around your home. If you do have, similar to me, either that like farmhouse style or that kind of country country cottage kitchen style, whatever you want to call it. If you've got a similar interior taste to me, they style up so beautiful. I actually have some terracotta pots that I do use on my shelves, which I think you can just about see behind me. There they are. I feel like a weatherman whenever I do this, when I'm like pointing behind, but I do absolutely love them for interior styling. But also this is what I always wanted to do with my little potting table. When we went to the pig, I think I showed you how they kind of had like lined the terracotta pots up all along the wall, and I just absolutely loved that. And that's exactly the kind of vibe that I want to be going for in my garden, where it's just completely filled with beautiful terracotta pots, filled with veggies and fruits and flowers and herbs and everything that you can just think of in the garden. That for me, a wild and wonderful, really full garden is the vibe that we are going for. So I also picked up those, which I will add to the potting table, and I just think they are the cutest little addition. Okay, you couldn't really see it properly behind me, but this is what I am talking about. So I've just got a couple of little pots, which again, these were just picked up from like an individual kind of home store, an antiques place. This is where I always love to get these tiny little terracotta pots. I do find the big urns and big pots are harder to come by, but it just kind of means that they are more desirable. And actually another place which is great to look for when it comes to pots, which is where this little urn is from, is TK Maxx or Home Sense. They often do really beautiful, unique plant pots or little garden pots that you can put outside, you can keep inside. But I love having that kind of continuation between outside and inside, so that you style the interiors of your home similarly to the exterior of your home. It just like brings that continuity into your home styling. So yeah, that's what they look like on the little shelves, and I just love them. I think they really add a pop of color as well, which I really like, and they just look so beautiful and so rustic. So we are back in the Nancy Myers inspired office. I'm not gonna lie, this space has made me so excited to do admin work. I have never been that person that's like, yes, let's get the laptop out and do my editing and do my emails, but I I've been loving coming up here and just cracking on with work. I feel like I've been getting so much done in this room. It's just so inspiring yet calming and just such a lovely place to be. I've actually been cracking on with my editing as well. And that's normally one of the tasks that I put off for so long. I'm someone that edits my own videos here on YouTube, and I feel like it's a real, what's the word, like chalk and cheese controversial decision whether you hire an editor or edit your own videos. And some people are so for getting an editor, and they always say like, oh my gosh, it takes so much work off your plate. But I am someone who, I could not imagine passing that buck off to someone else. I will always edit my own videos because I just ramble. And I feel like whenever we sit down and talk, it's like two friends on FaceTime. Like my vlogs are very chill, they're very vanilla, I think is the best way to describe it. And I always worried that maybe an editor will be like, well, that's weird, like why are you talking about that, let's edit that out, let's cut that out. And I just feel like they might not get me in the same way that you guys get me, you know what I mean? So I'd always rather edit my own videos. And I've been sitting upstairs cracking on with editing and doing a bit of admin this afternoon, which, as I said, I have never been so excited to do. But I've just received a rather exciting new delivery that I wanted to unbox with you of some new skincare from one of my favourite brands actually that I've not shopped at for so long, and that is Cetaphil. Now, as someone who has sensitive skin, I really struggle with products that are really good when it comes to breakouts. I often will have hormonal or stress breakouts, and it's something that's so difficult to deal with because the scarring lasts for so long. I feel like I can't get it under control without like almost damaging my skin in other ways. Like I find a lot of the products that I'll utilize that will maybe be targeted towards, you know, acne or like blemishes, it will often really dry my skin out. So I'm super excited to see what we have in here, what I can add into my skincare routine this summer from Cetaphil. So first up we have the Gentle Clear Clarifying Blemish Cream Cleanser, which sounds absolutely amazing. Now this is the kind of thing I probably wouldn't use every day, but just when I have like a flare up, when I have a breakout, this is the kind of thing that I will be reaching for. It has in it salicylic acid, and there are two products that I feel like my skin loves, like two ingredients, hyaluronic acid and salicylic acid. Hyaluronic is much more with regards to like the moisturization, it's almost like a drink of water for my skin, and I find salicylic is almost like that regenerative kind of acid on my skin. I find it really stripping, but not in like a bad way. Like it just gives you that glow back, which I absolutely love. So it says here it's an oil-free soothing cream to lather formula which gently cleanses pores to help reduce blemishes without stripping or over drying skin. Clinically tested on sensitive skin. That's another one I really struggle with. You know when you take your cleanser off and you literally feel like your skin has been stripped of all the natural oils, like all the natural ingredients that are in your skin. I am so excited to try this so that it still feels really like targeting but not damaging, if that makes sense. We then have something that I am not entirely sure how I feel about this. This is going to be a product I'm going to have to try because this is a mattifying blemish moisturizer, again with salicylic acid, which makes me very excited. And it says here that it is clinically proven to clear blemishes whilst reducing the appearance of pores. It is a biasable and prebiotic moisturizer, and you know I love my prebiotics, whether it's at my hair care, whether it's regards to my gut, like what I'm drinking. I absolutely adore prebiotic ingredients, but a mattifying moisturizer, I'm not entirely sure what I think of that. Let me know if you've ever tried a mattifying moisturizer and what you think, because that sounds really intriguing. And then lastly, this sounds like the one-stop shop if you're having like a really bad breakout time. The Gentle Clear Triple Action Blemish Serum with, again, salicylic acid. It fights breakouts and visibly reduces post-acne marks while soothing skin. And that's what I really struggle with, the scarring. I think it's because my skin is so sensitive. Like you guys know, whenever I do like skincare routines, whenever I like take my makeup off, the second I like touch my skin, it goes so red. And whenever I've had facials done, they've always commented on that. They've always gone, oh, do you have sensitive skin? And I'm like, I do, but it's not like really bad. You're okay to carry on. It will go red. We just keep on keeping on. And I feel like that's maybe why I get really bad scarring, because the redness just stays on my skin. So this sounds like a really exciting product. So if ever I'm having like a bit of a hormonal or a bit of a stress breakout, just applying this, it does say that I can use AM and PM, which is very exciting. But I think you might want to apply SPF if you are applying this in the morning. It is fragrance free, won't clog pores, dermatologically tested and hypoallergenic. That sounds amazing, so I can't wait to try that out as well. I'm not even going to pretend that I'm going to want to be anywhere else for the rest of the day. Who would have thought that admin work would be so enjoyable up here in my office. I just want to grab my laptop out and crack on with the rest of the bits that I need to get done this evening. It's just my favourite place to be at the moment. So I think for the rest of the afternoon and probably well into the evening, I'm just going to be cracking on with work. I really want to get sorted the correct chair for this desk as well. So let me know if you know of any like good companies that do beautiful like office chairs, maybe that are a little bit more kind of antique-y, a little bit like old, that you think would work really, really well with the vibe of this room. Basically, if there's a Nancy Meyer inspired office chair that you know of, any brands that you think that I should check out, please do let me know, because I'm definitely on the hunt for the perfect chair. Because as much as I love this space, this chair that I'm sitting on is very much a vanity chair that goes in our bedroom, and it's not the comfiest thing in the world. So I want to get something sorted that's like even comfier, that's going to want to make me be in this room even more. Good morning, Mon Petit, and welcome to another beautiful sunny summer's day. I'm going to say summer's day because I feel like summer is officially here. I was looking at the weather forecast for the coming week and it looks glorious, and I could not be happier. It looks like we're going to have 26, 27 degrees, pure sunshine. And here in the UK, 26, 27 is like hot. That is not just warm, that is hot weather. That is summertime here in the UK, and I feel like we've been waiting for this moment. We've been waiting for this to arrive, and we are going to soak it up. I'm in an excellent mood this morning because I am up, I'm dressed, I'm showered. I've decided just to let my hair kind of dry naturally today. I don't know if you've noticed, but I have been growing it out a little bit because it is my sister's wedding this September, and we did a little hair trial on me, and I just felt like my hair was a little bit too short to make what hairstyle we wanted work. So I decided just to let it grow out just ever so slightly, and now that it's kind of hitting my shoulders, I feel like it's not bobbing under quite as well. So we're just letting it dry however it wants to dry. So the little flicky flicks are happening today, but I'm just not bothered about that. I actually started my day this morning with a class that I've been doing. I've only done 2 or 3 so far recently, but I've been really, really enjoying it. It's like a mixture of like a yoga slash Pilates class, and then there is a sound meditation at the end, which is so like awakening. I absolutely love doing that in the morning. You just feel like you're ready to start your day, and it's such a good class. Although, oh my goodness me, my back, my shoulders, my abs, my legs, everything is aching. I literally came out of the class and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to walk back to my car. This is so intense, but like in a really good way. It's very slow movements, so I feel like sometimes that works your muscles more, but it's quite nice because you don't get as like tired and sweaty afterwards. You just feel really like good but achy, if that makes sense. So that was my morning this morning. Just got myself ready. You may notice I'm a little bit naked with regards to my jewellery because I have a new delivery to unbox with you guys. I was actually very, very kindly sent this from the brand. It's a new brand discovery for me, which I always love discovering new jewellery brands, because you know what I'm like with my jewellery. I feel like my jewellery box now is just such an amazing amalgamation of so many beautiful brands, like so many gorgeous brands that I absolutely adore, like Monica Villa, Pandora, Linya, Cezanne, even like some H&M jewellery in there now, and it's so lovely to discover some new brands to add in. So this is DREAMT, who do the most beautiful gold jewellery I've ever seen, and you know what I'm like in summer, I love my gold pieces. So I thought we can unbox this together, and we just talk about the packaging. This is the problem when jewellery brands package things up so beautifully. I have so many jewellery boxes, as in like the packaging that it comes in, that I don't want to get rid of because I feel like it's just too beautiful. I cannot bin this. It is absolutely gorgeous. So I need to think of a way that I can utilize this little like drawer and the little jewellery boxes. So I'm going to start with the earrings, because oh my goodness me, these earrings are so beautiful, and especially if you like doing a hairstyle like this. I love doing a half up, half down looks. I feel like it just gets my hair like off my face. It gets it kind of like out of the way. If you work in an office, if you're like on your laptop a lot, I cannot stand constantly having to tuck my hair behind my ears. I just want it off my face and out of the way. And again, look how beautiful that packaging is. This would just be so gorgeous for like birthday jewellery, for anyone special, if you've got like bridesmaids or anything. And these earrings, I mean, look at these. They're called the half moon earrings, and I just absolutely love them. To me, they look almost like a bit of a teardrop, and I just love the fact that they are like such a statement without being too much. Like sometimes with my earrings, I want something that's a little bit more for every day. It's not going to weigh my ears down. It's going to be a little bit more of a statement, but it's not going to be something that like you can only really wear for special occasions. And I feel like these earrings are exactly that. Oh my goodness me, they are so cool. I love them so much. They're almost like a bit of a hoop, but obviously they've got that like added detail, the fact that they are this kind of like teardrop half moon shape. Oh my goodness, I just love how they look. I feel like they are so perfect, as I say, especially for a hairstyle like this. I always say whenever it comes to styling yourself and just kind of looking put together, that you always have to have 2 out of 3 things done. So if you're not going to do your hair properly, you should have lovely jewellery and lovely makeup. If you're not going to wear your makeup, jewellery and hair. And any of the 2 out of the 3, it makes you look pulled together without having to put in like full effort every single day of the week. So I absolutely love those. They are beautiful. I then have a couple of necklaces, which I thought would style really, really nicely together. I've been kind of getting back into layering my necklaces because I just think it's so lovely to add like a little bit of interest into your summer styling. So the first one we have is a little bit chunky. It's this beautiful chain with, I love this clasp detail here. Now I actually have a similar one in silver, which I really like, but I wanted to get a kind of like gold variation. You know what I'm like my jewellery? If I like it, I'll just get it in another colour. I can't get over how lightweight this is. It's lovely. A bit shorter than I was expecting, but I kind of love it. That is really, really cute. I just love this detail. And obviously if you want it to be a little bit more plain and you didn't want to actually show that, you can just twist it around and have it as a completely plain chain, which I absolutely love. And I thought it would style so, so beautifully with this other necklace that I picked out. Now this is a little bit more sentimental and a little bit more special. And when I saw this online, I was like, I just have to have that. Oh my gosh, look at it. It's a little A necklace, obviously for Alex. How cute is that? And again, I feel like if you've got maybe like bridal jewellery that you wanted to get, if you just want something really special for a loved one, I think that's so, so lovely. Because obviously you can choose what letter they have. It can be a mum, it can be a partner, it can be themselves. And I just think it's so lovely and special to have something that is so personal and unique. And I really wanted to style them up together. How cute is that? I love how they look. Hang on, I'm all caught up in my hair. Oh my gosh, I just love how they pair together. I think it works really well with the chain just being completely plain, because then you really get that detailing in the A. They are both so dainty. I cannot get over it. I'm also in love with how lightweight the earrings are, because you know what I'm like, I don't like heavy earrings. If there's something in my ears that's like super heavy, I just want to rip it off like literally within the hour. So I really like that the earrings are super comfortable, the necklaces are super comfortable, and oh my gosh, they just style so well together. I absolutely love them. So I'll leave all 3 of these linked down below. I thought these would be such a perfect addition into my little jewellery collection this summer, pieces that I can wear time and time again throughout the summer months. And I can style up with so many different things in my collection as well. That's what I love about these more kind of dainty, timeless pieces. Like they're very classic, and I feel like they can really create like a bit of a foundation with regards to your jewellery styling. You can wear so many different pieces with them. So it's so kind of DREAMT to have sent these over. I have a feeling I'm going to get so much wear out of these this summer. So I think today might just be the day after our little garden tour yesterday. Let me just get my shoes on. Honestly, I love this little shoe rack. It's so handy being able to keep all the garden shoes right by at the back door. I think today might just be the day. I think today is the day that we are ready to harvest my strawberry. Oh my gosh, look, these 2 are coming in red now as well. How exciting. But this one looks to me like it might just be perfect. If it comes off easily, it should. Oh my gosh, I have never harvested my own strawberry before. We're gonna need to do a taste test because I'm really hoping that this is gonna be super sweet. It's honestly like the reddest strawberry I've ever seen. Honestly, anyone that grows their own fruit or veg will understand my excitement right now. Like, I cannot wait for the day that this veg is ready to be harvested, because we're just going to be eating salad for literally weeks on end, because it is just a trug full of delicious salad. And obviously we've got the tomatoes as well. I'm so excited to be able to properly harvest our own food. But oh my gosh, my first strawberry. I've just given her a good old wash and I think we're ready for a taste test. I wish I had some cream, because there's nothing I love more than strawberries and cream in summertime. But if this one goes well, I think this might be the start of a new obsession of growing strawberries. I can get my own cream in with my new little cream jug and we can have delicious pudding all summer long. But I just want to give this a taste test. I'm so excited, honestly. I really hope you guys share my excitement here, because it's my first time growing strawberries. That is the most delicious strawberry I think I've ever tasted in my life. It's so sweet. This is the face of one very happy bunny. My first bit of produce harvested from the garden, from this house actually. The first piece of produce harvested in the new house. This is so exciting, and I couldn't have picked a better produce to harvest, because strawberries are just my favorite. I'm literally salivating, so I just want to finish this now. Oh my goodness me. So I've just been working away on my laptop and I've had a knock at the door with a new delivery from the brand Gatineau, which I've not actually tried before. I've heard some amazing things about the brand, about their skincare, and this is their age benefit hyperpigmentation. Hyperpigmentation, that is a tongue twister and a half, repair serum. So this is all about anti-aging benefits. And one thing that I do find that my skin really struggles with is kind of getting over scarring, especially if I have like blemishes and breakouts, and especially here in the summer, despite the fact that I'm always wearing some kind of SPF, whether it's a full SPF 50 or if I've just been a bit lazy, it's just the SPF in my makeup. I still think that we can get a bit of sun damage on our face, and I really want to make sure I'm using products that help with regards to this. So it says here that it brightens complexion and reduces the appearance of pigmentation with glycogen, licorice root and trepidide 2, which honestly just sounds absolutely amazing. I think I need to add this into my routine. I think this is probably more of an evening product to utilize, but I'm so excited to add this into my skincare routine. If you are looking for something that's like super beneficial with regards to your skin, if you do have the same kind of concerns, I'll leave a link to this down below because this looks absolutely amazing. Hi MTV and welcome to my office. I have literally been outside all afternoon working away on my laptop. This has become my new office out here. I don't know if you can see the outline of the shadow, but I put the umbrella up so that I can actually see my laptop screen. So I've just been sitting out in the shade, but soaking up what I can of the sunshine, looking out over onto the garden and just feeling so grateful. Like, I feel like, you know, when your gratitude cup is just up here, because this, as silly as it sounds, is just what I've dreamt of. Being able to sit outside on my laptop, like soak up our own cottage garden and just look out onto the produce that I'm growing. Being able to eat my own produce is my favorite thing in the world. Being able to pick my own flowers from my garden. I can't wait till next summer. I think I said this yesterday, but I feel like next summer is just gonna be insane with regards to the garden, because the first summer it's very much about like getting things planted in, getting them bedded in and getting them kind of like used to their new surroundings, I guess, whereas next summer I think things are just going to absolutely bloom. Although, what's the saying, is it first year they sleep, second year they creep, and the third year they reap, is it, potentially? So I think it's like on that third year that they are just going to come into their own. So in 1 to 2 years we're definitely going to have to check back and see the progress in the garden, because this is just what I've dreamt of, just sitting out here in my own, like the garden that we own as well, our own cottage garden, is my absolute favourite. And I know it's not the biggest garden in the world, but it just is a garden that makes me very happy. And so I've just been sitting here thinking about how grateful I am that I'm able to enjoy my outdoor office, enjoy our cottage garden, and still have so much more of the journey to go. And I am so glad that I can share this with you guys, that you are kindred spirits like me, because I know for some people this must be such a boring content, but for me it's the most riveting content, it's the most exciting content, and I love being able to share it with you guys. So I think I'm going to leave this vlog here because I'm just going to spend the rest of the evening sitting out here. Might do a little bit of pottering about into the garden when I finished my work for the day, and it's just going to be a really lovely chilled evening. So I really hope you guys enjoyed the vlog, enjoyed a bit of a reveal of how the garden is looking. As I said, there's still a long way to go, but I've just been desperate to show you the kitchen garden, how that's looking, the border that's been coming into bloom, and hopefully in a few months time the front border is going to look beautiful as well. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. If you did, comment your favorite plant emoji down below in the comments, because I would love to know, or just comment down below garden in your comments so I know you got to the end of this video, because I always love knowing who gets to the end. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.